let's talk about the MVP race, because it is now seems to now be like a two dog race to most people, where it's either Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. I mean, the Ravens have the number one seed right now. He's been the biggest difference maker, maybe of anybody around the league, or it could be Josh Allen in Buffalo. The only thing going against Josh Allen right now is that his team's 9-6. However, if Buffalo wins out, if they win the AFC East, you look at Josh Allen's numbers right now, man, they are ungodly good. I would have a hard time in that situation not giving it to Josh Allen. And not only because by the way, I acknowledge my Josh Allen bias in this. Like, he's my favorite player. Bills Mafia has adopted me as their own, and it's very kind. But, if you look at the numbers of both Jackson and Allen, Allen's got 16 more touchdowns than Jackson does in terms of total touchdowns. And I understand, I'll throw the context in with that Gus Edwards and Justice Hill have both been touchdown vultures from inside the 10. Like, those are touchdowns that in the Greg Roman offense Lamar Jackson gets, and not those two. I get that. And I wouldn't be angry if Lamar Jackson got it. Like, both of these guys I feel like are very deserving. I'm just saying, if I had to pick one that I think is the MVP right now, it would be Josh over Lamar.
It's a hard conversation because I am so ready for a non-quarterback to win this award, and I just don't think it's ever going to freaking happen. I
think that AP is probably going to be the last one we ever see.
Yeah, I think so too, because it's like the Christian McCaffrey talk just feels like a consolation discussion, because it's like everybody knows it's going to go to one of the quarterbacks.
Right.
I mean, it feels like it's going to be Lamar, Josh, or Tua, to be completely honest with you. Those are the three that come to mind.
You're throwing Tua in there too then?
I will throw Tua in the conversation just because I felt so strongly about Tyreek Hill belonging in the conversation about 4 weeks ago, and I just think that Tua, dude, he's really won me over. Like, I was very iffy and on the fence about Tua. I wasn't as hardcore about it as some people, but I'm just like, he had a couple of throws.
You got to see him live last year.
Yeah, in a shootout that was just unbelievably crazy, and I just think the things that he is doing in that offense are legit. I lean Lamar. I do lean Lamar for the MVP because I think the stats are obviously a lot different. But like you said, freaking Gus Edwards, man, that's that's unbelievable what him and Hill and some of those other backs been able to do. The growth of Lamar Jackson, like, seriously, this offense under Monken, and like what Lamar has done in it as a quarterback, in the pocket, under pressure, downfield. By the way,
in the first year of the offense too, like this, I think a lot of people, myself included, expected this offense to take some time. Nah, man, like the Ravens have been really good all year, and they've been really good offensively. And seeing him grow as a passer from year one as a full-time starter to now, I mean, it's night and day, and he deserves all the credit in the world for that.
I mean, that Ravens team is the only team that made the Lions look like jokes this year, and that was some of the most perfect quarterback play I've legit ever seen in my life against while covering the Lions. It was like, my God, this is exactly what this offense was supposed to look like, and it's all him, man. He's completely. It's not easy. He's already a world beater. What he was, he's already an MVP. Right. The growth he has shown as an experienced quarterback, while just being 26, still is just. He's a super freak, and I really think that what he's done this year, changing his game a little bit, adapting that offense, that's MVP type stuff. And I think the Ravens, and it's not even them being the powerhouse that they are right now for me. Put 2 more losses on their resume, and I still feel the same way. It's just a little easier to call for Lamar when the Ravens are rolling and beating the Niners down when they are. But it's just I look at him and I'm like, that's the biggest game changer in the league this year, Lamar Jackson. That guy in this offense, being able to throw the way he is while still being himself, that's stupid. That's a cheat code.
And you look at how both he and Josh are, what they're doing with what they have around them. It's not they don't exactly have the 27 Yankees as their as their supporting cast. This isn't the 07 Patriots that they're rolling out there. Outside of Zay Flowers for Lamar, it's Rashad Bateman, who's always hurt and hasn't even come close to living up to being a first-round pick. It's Nelson Aguilar. It's Mark Andrews has been hurt for the last month as well. So he's doing it with Isaiah Likely as his tight end. We mentioned the running backs. I don't think anybody's laying awake at night. How in God's name are we going to stop Gus Edwards? Everything runs through 8 on that offense. Same way that it runs through 17 for the Bills. Stephon Diggs for the past like month has been largely like, I'm not going to say a non-factor because obviously defenses are going to be like, okay, we're going to take away 14 and make somebody else beat us. The only problem is that James Cook has come alive and helped them a lot. But you look at the other receivers that they have. Gabe Davis, I saw it on I saw on Twitter.
He's a fascinating player. He's a.
I saw on Twitter somebody referred to Gabe Davis as a period because he only shows up once a month, and I laughed really hard. I didn't say it. I'm just saying what somebody else said because it was really funny. But yeah, I think that's the best. He's a fascinating player.
I mean, seriously though, 105 yards, blank, 130 yards. Like what? Like he's literally boomer bust. Like he's unbelievable. Like
he is.
Owning Gabe Davis in fantasy is like it's a nightmare. Like this kid could go off for 35 points, like, or he could get shut out. Like it's just crazy. Little George Pickens in him.
The definition of boomer bust. He's either going for 8 catches and $140 with 2 touchdowns, or he's not getting a catch. I think there's like 5 games this year where he has 1 or 0 catches. He just doesn't show up. He's getting cardio and for however long the Bills have the ball, and it's hilarious. And outside of Gabe Davis, like it's Deontay Hardy, Khalil Shakir, Trent Sherfield, like none of these guys on either the Ravens or Bills offense is a world beater. We point out Diggs and we point out Mark Andrews, but both of them have had their struggles for different reasons. I think I saw a stat. Stephon Diggs hasn't had a 100-yard receiving game in like 7 games, almost 2 months. So he started off really hot, and then he's cooled off ever since. But the ability for Josh to, I don't know, I keep making my case for Josh Allen, but changing offensive coordinators in the middle of the year and going to Joe Brady, I think was an absolute godsend for the Bills because of what he's done schematically and utilizing the middle of the field and just getting creative with his play calls. That has definitely helped them out in a big way. Embracing the run game more has certainly helped them out. Against Dallas, Allen only threw the ball 15 times and had 7 completions because they ran for 200 some yards against Dallas. So both of these guys have obviously that dual threat in them and are 2 of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I would not be against either of them winning. If I had to pick one, I would pick Josh Allen, but in no way, shape, or form would I, be shaking my fist if they give it to Lamar Jackson because both of them have been great. And a Bills Ravens AFC Championship game. Sign me up. I'm in.